Hello again, it's me, Alice, and welcome to part 2. Yes, that's right, I am the one who lives here in central London. You may remember me, as my dad likes to dress up as a rabbit. Poor Dad, he is still a little bit stuck in the 80s. Well, I suppose it could be worse. Okay, that is much, much worse. So my 3 lovely chickens are still growing and I really love them. No, Dad, you can't put a chicken on a lead or in chains. Don't worry, it's just him playing with Photoshop, although I'm a bit worried we're gonna get loads of chicken crossing the road jokes next. Good to see these ladies are sensible to use the much safer zebra crossing, but they still have to be very careful. Also, we do too, especially of electric cars and cyclists, because they make less sound. Roads can be very dangerous. So, why did the dinosaur cross the road?
Why?
Because chickens haven't evolved yet. As you may remember, I explained in part 1 about our chicken coop. Here it is today. It's been rainy, so it's a little bit messy. Sorry. This photo is taken at night. It's so pretty. We put some fairy lights in there, and for the first week they slept in the coop on little perches. They start to perch while very young. Here are some other chickens perching. It's just also called roosting. Chickens love to perch on things and much more than lying down, and they always sleep perching. As you can see, the ideal space between adult chickens is 8 to 10 inches apart. This is Mummy Chicken, seems to be amusing the chicks by levitating. Maybe it's a magic chicken. I think chickens feel safe perching on a branch above the ground, so it makes it harder for their natural predators to reach them. In this country, a chicken's main predator is a fox. I love foxes, and especially the young cubs, as they are so cute, but I don't want them to be able to get near our chickens. Fortunately, foxes can't climb over our high garden wall. London has a large population of urban foxes. The word urban means related to a city. Here's a photo we found just now of an urban fox. Do you recognise where it is? Yeah, that's right, number 10. Oh well, as Dad says, elect a clown and expect a circus. Okay, so back to perching. One evening, Dad went down to lock them in the coop for the night as usual, but the chickens were nowhere to be seen. It took him ages to find them using a powerful torch. The little tinkers were perched about 9 feet above the ground in a bush near their coop. Okay, this picture is obviously not them, but they hid in such a dense part of the bush it was impossible to get a good photo. So it seems our 3 lovely chickens have their own idea about where they sleep, and I don't think there is much that we can do about it. They sure found a good hiding spot. Such clever little chickens. Oh, that picture is Albert Einstein. He was a genius who developed the theory of relativity. He was also a talented musician, but he couldn't swim and never ever wore socks. Okay, so here's a thing about the chickens that surprised me. I noticed they don't chew their food, they just peck and swallow. So I googled it and learned about this strange thing called a gizzard. A gizzard is a muscle found in the digestive tract of a chicken. If you've ever seen the chickens pecking away at the ground, they are in fact swallowing tiny bits of grit and gravel, which travels through the chicken's digestive system and eventually lodges in the gizzard. I know it may seem strange, but you can actually buy special chicken grit, which is the ideal size for them. So, when the food arrives in the gizzard, this powerful little muscle contracts like a tiny fist, squeezing a handful of gravel. The gravel grinds up the food, and the food continues on into the stomach. Here's a more detailed diagram of a chicken's organs. A good start in case of any of you are thinking of becoming a vet. I had to stop Googling as there were also so many recipes and pictures of how to cook gizzards. This made me feel queasy as I decided to be a vegetarian from when I was 5. I love all animals and I can't eat anything that I love. Don't worry, Daddy, you will catch up one day. Our chickens are constantly pruning and fiddling with their lovely white feathers. A really interesting thing is that I learned is to get really clean and roll around in dry earth and dust. It's called a dust bath. Seems so silly that they wash in dirt, but they really do. We made them a dust bath under a cover so they can keep dry, and Dad bought some diatomicus earths and mixed it with some sand to dry the soil. This special powder is to stop the chickens from getting mites, bugs, ticks or fleas. However, our cheeky chickens had other ideas, and that they made more dust baths in various parts of the garden. So we added a little bit of the special powder there too, and mixed it in. So now they have a huge choice of dust baths. Part 3 coming later. Watch this space. Bye!
Bye!